You are an important audience for our client, and your voice will represent people just like you across the country. Before we move forward, did you guys fill out your consent forms?
Yeah, I sent that back.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So now in the next 60 minutes, we'll be taking notes and record you guys. So we want all your comments and we don't want to miss them. I would like everyone to talk and contribute as much as possible, as it will help us to further our research on dating apps. The information that will be shared in this group will be not shared to anyone else other than our team members and our professors. Please understand that some sensitive topics will be discussed, so please respect the confidentiality of all the participants. And there are no wrong answers. We expect you to have different points of view, and we encourage this. So just please be open about this. Um, through our discussions, if you want to follow up on something that I said or they said, uh, just please say it, but wait for the other person to stop talking their point of view. I'm here to ask questions, listen, and make sure that everyone has a chance to share. We are really interested in hearing every one of you. So if you're not talking a lot, I may ask you to speak, and if you're speaking a lot, I may ask you to stop so we can hear about everyone else. Since it's a virtual setting, we might experience some difficulties. So if those come up, please just be patient with us. We can figure it out. If you have your cell phone, please just put it on mute or do not disturb so we have your attention. And if you need to step out of the room for the bathroom or water, please just mute yourself and do it. Both Kate and Helena will be helping me to track our time, so we know we have your time and your schedule, so we want to also consider that. So let's get started and just let's find out a little bit more about each other. So we're gonna go around the screen. I know our screens may be looking different, so I'm just gonna call out your name. And just please say your name, your school year, and what's your favorite social media app. So let's start with Kate.
I'm Kate. I'm a senior. And my favorite social media app, probably Instagram.
Okay. Let's go with Maddie.
I'm Maddie. I'm a freshman, and my favorite social media app is probably TikTok.
Okay. Helena.
Hi, my name's Helena, and I'm a junior, and my favorite social media would be Instagram as well.
Okay. Tenley, did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah.
Okay.
My name's Tenley.
No.
My favorite social media app would be, I don't really like any of them, but Snapchat.
Okay. And Hannah.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm a freshman at Eastern. My favorite social media would have to be Twitter.
Okay, perfect. So now we're not going around the table anymore. Just jump around in the conversation whenever you want to. So first off, what is the first thing that you think about when I say free time?
Probably being on my phone.
Okay.
I feel like for me it would be going out and like doing things like outside of like school or work. Like it'd be like going shopping or something, like free time.
Okay. What about you, Telly?
Probably just time to like do whatever I need to do.
Okay. So where do you spend your time outside school and homework? I know you guys said like your phone, but Maddie, do you spend time in your phone when you're with friends or watching TV, or is it just on your
Normally
phone?
it'll be like when I'm like by myself, because when I'm with people, I'd rather engage in like conversations instead of being like so tied into my phone. So I try to stay off it with people, but like when I'm more alone, like in my dorm room, I'm on it.
Okay. How much time do you guys think, without looking at your phone right now, do you spend in front of a screen?
Well,
Oh my God. We're in online school.
it's probably all day because of online school, and then just afterwards, just like being on the phone.
I think this screen time, it's on your phone.
I feel like mine would be like 7 hours.
Okay.
Like 5 or 6.
A day would be like, I don't know. I feel like I'm not on my phone a lot, but then I know I am. But like, I don't know.
I feel like we don't think it's as long as we're actually on it.
I know. Okay, like 8. I want to know now.
Okay, we'll get to that. So what app do you think it's the one you use the most without like looking at your phone?
TikTok. I feel like I just scroll on that one.
TikTok or texting.
TikTok. Where do you text? Like actual iMessage? Okay. So now can you actually go to your phone and tell us how much time you spend on it?
Hannah's reaction.
Mine is 8 hours and like 30 minutes.
Okay.
Mine is 8 hours and 14 minutes.
Okay. I think you're muted, Tenley.
Yeah, it's in this muted.
I think it's just been worse from being like in our rooms like all the time, like from quarantine, and it's definitely my screen time's definitely gotten worse.
Are you guys completely online?
I
I
am.
am.
Okay.
Hannah.
That definitely changes some things.
Mhm.
The 3 of us have been in quarantine for 2 weeks, like just in our apartments, and my screen time has been like skyrocketing.
Oh yeah.
We get it.
Okay, tell me, what was your screen time?
Mine was 6 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
And can you guys look what app was the one that you used the most?
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Okay.
TikTok.
Snapchat.
Snapchat. Okay, cool. How do you communicate with your friends via like technology?
I either Snapchat them or I FaceTime.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. I'm a Snapchat and FaceTimer.
I don't do that much. Like text.
Text. Okay. What kind of communication do you have on Snap? Is it actual messaging or is it just pictures? What kind of communication do you?
I do both. I do text, and sometimes I like send a picture of my face with like a text on it. So it all depends, like basically how I'm looking that day. Like a big thing.
Mine is probably from the pictures.
Okay.
I feel like I'm both, but I don't use it much in general, I feel like.
Okay. Now, what would you guys consider a social interaction via online, like social media platforms?
Like a group.
Probably like would commenting on like other people's posts be a thing? So probably that.
Social interaction online. Or like like actual social interaction. I feel like it's fake.
Okay. Would you guys consider like liking someone's picture or like retweeting? To what extent would you rank it from 1 to 5? 1, not very likely to be a social interaction, and 5, very likely when you comment or like or retweet something.
A 4.
A 4? Why is that?
1.
Like, I don't know, because I use Twitter a lot. So, like, when I retweet something, it's usually something that, like, one of my friends, not like somebody who's really famous as much, but one of my friends tweeted. So, like, they'll tweet something and then, like, that'll be us, like, interacting, showing that we agree with, like, what they tweeted, if that makes sense.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like it's more too for me, like, well, Twitter-wise, going off that, because I don't really tweet much, but I'm more like I like things, and I feel like that's not a lot of interaction between the two people, but it's like still something.
Okay. And telling you said a 1, right?
Yeah.
Why
I
is
think
that?
it's like I don't use Twitter much, and I don't feel as it's like a way for me to like talk to other people. I think it's like if I see something, I'll maybe like it, but I usually only like things online to like save the post, or if it's like a picture of my friend. I don't like things.
Perfect. Yeah. Have you ever guys met or create a friendship from someone virtually? Like you have never met them in person, but you create a friend. Yes.
I never have.
During quarantine, I had an app called Yubo, if you've ever heard of it. And I made friends from like Pennsylvania, Florida, California. And like we're still friends till this day through the internet, but never met in person. So
Okay.
yeah.
I
That's
have
really
not
nice.
met anyone like only through social media.
Okay. Hannah, how did you got to this app? Did a friend recommended it? You saw it somewhere?
Yeah, I saw it on TikTok and they were like a fun thing to do during quarantine. So I just like downloaded it and then
Okay. Cool. That's really nice. Now moving on. Are any of you guys in a relationship?
I am.
You are? Okay.
Yeah.
No? Okay. How did you meet your boyfriend?
Through mutual friends.
Okay. And the other two guys, are you seeking for a relationship or not really?
yeah.
No? Okay. Hannah, are you like using any methods to be in a relationship?
I have Bumble and Tinder.
Okay.
So yeah, those I've met a few people through and I've hung out with one, but I don't really think it's very safe to
Okay.
do that just because you don't really know them through somebody or personally. So I tend to like try to like hold back from like hanging out with people off those apps.
Okay. Um, for I guess this is only for Tenley. Would you be open to the possibility of online dating?
No.
No. Okay. Why not?
Like only like if you never like met just like through online.
Yeah.
Yeah, because people are fake and it's a lot easier to communicate online than it is in person. So most of what everybody says is some type of lie. And no.
Okay. Fair. When I say Tinder, what comes to your mind?
I feel like for me, since I've like never used it, I only like think of like swiping through people's pictures. I've never used it before, so I don't really know what it entails.
I think it's like, I mean, when I think of Tinder, it's like, oh my gosh, you're basing people off their looks, but you are, but it's fun.
I totally agree. Like when like I feel like it's part of like almost like desperation at the point. So like putting your looks out there to get somebody to like create feelings for you is a completely wrong way than like actually somebody getting to know you through your personality before your pictures are put out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you ever read the bio, or are you not even interested and you just swipe for the
I just
picture?
see a picture and I'm like, personally. So sometimes I look more into it, but like most of the time I just see a cute boy and I swipe.
Okay. Well, I know, Hannah, you have. Maddie, did you ever download Tinder, or even you, Tenley, just as a joke, or
No, I've never downloaded it.
no?
I do have it, and
Oh, okay.
that's all Hannah and I do.
Okay. What's like your purpose of Tinder?
Well, I'm bored, and they give me attention, so that's about all I do.
Okay. Well, seems like it gets you like out of boredom. Do you read the bios, or is it just pictures?
Well, yeah, it's just pictures. I tried to make
Okay.
it nice, but it's not. It's just pictures.
Yeah. No. We want you to be honest. It's fine. Um. Have you? I know, Hannah, you said you've used a Bumble. Have you ever? Any of you guys used another app?
I use Bumble and Tinder.
Bumble, Tinder. Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of the strengths of Tinder? Would you like consider?
I like.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. It's like it's kind of nice to see like the people in your area because you can tell it like changes throughout where you are, but I think it's a nice way to like meet people in a way. But I wouldn't necessarily use it as your only source. But I definitely want to do it just for a relationship.
Okay.
I feel like a really big thing for me, like in a positive way, which is kind of sad, is like when I go on Tinder and I see someone like super liked me, my confidence goes up like insanely. So like that feels good to me, but like also knowing that they probably only super liked me based off my looks and not like who I actually am also kind of makes me like, dang, well, they, you know.
Yeah. Um, Maddie, I know you don't have the app, but do you think Tinder has any strengths?
Well, it just depends on the person, I guess, because if like you're both actually like looking for something, like maybe good things actually can come from it, but I don't really know. But I guess like seeing people in the area, yeah, but like I don't think there really is anything unless you're like genuinely trying to look, but most people aren't really for a relationship, in my opinion. I don't know.
Okay. So going off from that, what are the weaknesses of Tinder?
I think like they've like kind of touched base on like only like liking someone from their looks before really reading like their bios before anything.
Okay.
I feel like a huge thing for me, which actually like kind of makes me upset sometimes, is if I'm swiping and I see somebody cute and I see that we don't match, and like a few days later I don't see him and we didn't end up matching. I feel like that definitely kills my confidence when I see like somebody didn't like me back, or like, and then I'm like, well, what's wrong with me then? So
Okay. Yeah.
I think the negatives of it is a lot of it. Pictures aren't how people actually look. People look a lot different in person, 100%. And I just think there's a lot of fake people on there, and you can say anything and get pretty much anybody to believe you. I just don't think there's much too real about it.
I
Okay.
agree with that. I think people act a lot different on social media than they would in real life. So like it kind of like puts on like a facade almost to where like it's just a completely different person in real life.
How safe would you think Tinder is? From like one, very safe, and 5 not safe, where would you rank?
2 point.
5. I would rate
Okay.
5.
5? Okay, why is that?
Because you really don't know who you're meeting. So like if you were to match with somebody and carry on this like online relationship for so long, you're like, oh, let's finally meet in person. It could be a completely like different person who you meet in like person. It could be like an older man seeking a younger like person. Like yeah.
Okay.
I agree with that. Maybe not a full 5, but like someone's intentions may be said like differently than what they actually are.
Okay.
I think like it's like pretty much half and half because I don't think everybody's on there to be like some creepy person, but I know there are people on there, and there will be people that are oblivious to the fact that they're like that and weird and creepy. But I just think it's definitely like split how it could go.
Okay. How did you guys hear about Tinder for the first time?
My sister actually was in a year-long relationship off of a guy that she met on Tinder.
Okay.
So I heard of it through her, and then when I turned 18, I downloaded it. So
Okay.
I think I just heard about it from like social media and like other people talking about it.
Social
pretty
media,
sure-
can you? Oh, sorry.
No, you're
could you-
fine. Yeah, I just learned my parents got a divorce.
What? Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I just learned of it because my parents got a divorce and my dad would talk about it.
Oh, okay. Fair. um, sorry, Maddie, going back to you. Social media, what social media did, like, was it good reputation, bad reputation? Was it what social media?
I feel like from Twitter, it was a mixed amount of like emotions on it. It was both like positive aspects of it, like people actually meeting their person on the app, but it also like I've seen posts about it from like people warning other people about meeting like random people, you know.
Okay. Have you ever guys seen an ad of Tinder? No?
I don't think I have.
I think I have on like billboards.
Okay.
I want to say, but I could be wrong. But I feel like that's where I've seen.
I also feel like social media influencers like have like promoted it.
Yeah.
I've seen that also.
Okay. Do they promote it where?
I
Twitter. I think
Twitter?
that's where I've seen it.
I've seen it from I think YouTube videos and also like Vine when it was a thing.
Okay.
Like Vine, like I've seen people like advertise Bumble on that.
Okay. That's good. So now continuing from the dating apps, we're gonna give you 5 different dating apps, and you are gonna have to rank them from 1 being a hookup app and 5 a committed relationship. Katie's sending it on the chat right now, and just type it on the chat and then send it.
I'm sorry, what are we ranking this from again?
Sorry, 1, it's a hookup app, and 5, it's a committed relationship app.
Wait, what are we doing? I didn't hear like anything.
We sent in the chat to 5 different dating apps. Could you rank them from 1 being a hookup app and 5 a committed relationship? Could you like rank them? 1 hookup, 5 relationship. I think you're muted, Maddie.
Is Match like just like Match.com, right? Okay. Okay. And I don't think I've heard of Hinge, so that's why I put that more middle.
I forgot to mention I have a Hinge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, whatever. You get the point.
Okay.
Yeah, what eHarmony. Oh my gosh.
It's fine. What age range do you think people in eHarmony use the app? Like, what's their target audience?
I feel like that's more older because I feel like that's the one you see on TV. And like it's more like older.
Yeah.
Can you, like, give me an age range?
I feel like higher 20s to like anywhere older than that.
I was thinking like 40s to like older or whatever.
Yeah. I think like 35 or up.
Okay. That's good. And what age range do you think Tinder has?
I feel like I don't know. I've heard high school use it, so I feel like it could be like 17 in like college, basically.
Yeah, I feel like even like younger teenagers will obviously have it and not have their actual age on there. So I feel like a lot of younger kids, probably like maybe 15 or 16 and up to like absolutely any age.
I agree.
But it's also better known than a lot of those other ones.
Okay, that's good. Would you think Tinder is a useful app?
I think it could be in a way.
Yeah.
I think it just depends on how you use it.
I agree.
And like the people you actually meet.
Okay. Would you guys be interested if Tinder would transition to a more of a friendship app rather than a hookup app?
Yeah. On Bumble they have like a Bumble Friends option, and I really enjoyed that when I like moved to a new like city and I didn't have friends, so I think that would be very useful.
Okay.
I think it would be cool to meet people like in your area, because sometimes it's harder to meet people on social media when they are just in your area and you're not really familiar with it. So I think using like the location wise, I feel like it could be.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know. I don't need more people on an app. I don't know. I don't need friends off an app.
Okay.
Not my preference.
Okay. So now in closing, I'm gonna end the way we started. I'm just gonna go around and all of the things we talked today. What's the most important thing you've heard about our discussion, or like something you were interested, or others, your friends' perspective about the app, or even relationships?
I think it was kind of interesting to see where we all stood, because it was kind of similar in the aspects, but also we had a little bit of like, we also like didn't agree on everything, so like it was so cool to see their opinions on it.
Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I kind of knew where they stood because we've kind of talked about it before. But yeah, I feel like I kind of understood all their points.
Okay.
I think the number one thing that was like really important throughout like the discussion was like being safe with who you're actually meeting, because like I've seen a lot of instances of like popular like Instagram influencers or like YouTubers that'll make like accounts and then like for their own like use, and then like someone else will create an account with their pictures and you don't know who's behind that. So what if a guy thinks he's meeting up with this really pretty girl, but then there's another older man or an older woman that shows up. I just think it's very shady in today's world, the way that things work.
Okay, yeah. I just remember, Hannah, you said you went on a date with on Tinder, right? Of Tinder.
Bumble.
Oh, Bumble. Okay. Were you alone in that date, or did like someone join you? Or like were your friends around you, or?
No, I was alone.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us for this really insightful discussion. We're really, truly thankful for your participation in our study and helping us further our research for the National Student Advertising Company. Do you, Kate or Helena, think we missed anything from our discussion today? No?
I think we're good. I just had one question for Hannah. Did you feel like safe during your date that you went on with Bumble, or because you've just mentioned how just how different people can show up, so I was curious if that was part of the reason why you kept mentioning that, or?
Yeah, it turned out to be a really bad situation that I was in. I'm not going to go too in depth about it because it's pretty personal, but the
Nope,
picture
that's okay.
the pictures that were seen were like they looked like him but not completely, so like that was one thing, and then like another thing was like the way that he would text compared to the way he was treating me was completely different. It was disgusting, and yeah, that's
Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, guys. We really
Thank you.
appreciate this.
Yeah. Thank you guys. You really don't know. I think Maddie can probably explain a little bit about our school, that we probably don't get the best rep for what Tinder actually is used for, because we go to a very small Christian school. So it's nice to see some different viewpoints and kind of what more of the traditional 17, 18, 19-year-olds would think. So this was extremely helpful. Thank you, Maddie, especially for reaching out and helping all of us with this project. But it was nice to see you guys, and thank you again.
Thank you so much.
sure.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.